Namaste, my dear friends. In this video, I am going to describe and explain Gita Jayanti, the holy day. On this auspicious day, Lord Krishna imparted knowledge of Gita to Arjuna in the war field of Kurukshetra during Mahabharata war. The holy Gita Jayanti, or the birthday of the Bhagavad Gita, is celebrated throughout India by all the admirers and lovers of this most sacred scripture on the 11th day, Ekadashi of the bright half of the month of Margshira, December, January, according to the Hindu almanac. It was on this day that Sanjay narrated to King Dhritarashtra the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, and thus made the glorious teachings of the Lord available to us and to people of the world for all time. The Gita Jayanti marks one of the greatest days in the history of mankind. Nearly 6,000 years ago, on that day, a dazzling flash of brilliant light lit up the firmament of human civilization. That flash, that marvelous spiritual effulgence, was the message of the Bhagavad Gita given by the Lord Himself on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Unlike ordinary flashes of light which die away after a split second, this brilliant flash of that memorable day has continued to shine through the centuries and even now illumines the path of humanity on its onward march to perfection. The Gita is the most beautiful and the only truly philosophical song. It contains sublime lessons on wisdom and philosophy. It is the song celestial. It is the universal gospel. It contains the message of light that appeals to all, irrespective of race, creed, age, or religion. The Gita was given to us about 6,000 years ago by Sri Krishna, the Lord incarnate, through his most devoted disciple Arjuna. Its teachings are based on the sacred Upanishads, the ancient revealed metaphysical classics of India. The Gita shows a way to rise above the world of duality and the pairs of opposites and to acquire eternal bliss and immortality. It is a gospel of action. It teaches the rigid performance of one's duty in society and a life of active struggle, keeping the inner being untouched by outer surroundings and renouncing the fruits of actions as offerings unto the Lord. The Gita is a source of power and wisdom. It strengthens you when you are weak and inspires you when you feel dejected and feeble. It teaches you how to resist unrighteousness and follow the path of virtue and righteousness. The Gita is not merely a book or just a scripture. It is a living voice carrying an eternally indispensable and vital message to mankind. Its verses embody words of wisdom coming from the infinite ocean of knowledge, the Absolute itself. The voice of the Gita is the call of the Supreme. It is the divine sound, explain the primal source of all existence, all power, is the manifested sound Om. This is the divine word. It is Nada Brahma, whose unceasing call is be ye all ever merged in the eternal, unbroken, continuous consciousness of the Supreme Truth. This is the sublime message that the Gita elaborates and presents in all comprehensiveness and in a universally acceptable form. It is this message of the Gita that I wish to recall and reproclaim with emphasis to you. To be always conscious of the divine, to ever feel the divine presence, to live always in the awareness of the Supreme Being in the chambers of your heart and everywhere around you, is verily to live a life of fullness and divine perfection on earth itself. Such a constant remembrance of God and such an attitude of mind will release you forever from the clutches of illusion and free you from all fear. To forget the Supreme is to fall into illusion. To forget Him is to be assailed by fear. To live in unbroken remembrance of the Supreme Truth is to remain always in the region of light, peace and bliss, far beyond the reach of illusion and delusion. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita is the holy book of Hindus, and Gita Jayanti Samaro is dedicated to the birth of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. The festival is very sacred to Hindus and is celebrated with immense religious fervor and dedication. The festival is celebrated mainly in Kurukshetra, Haryana. The venue of the festival adds to the sacredness of the event. Kurukshetra is the land where celestial song Bhagavad Gita is believed to have been delivered by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. The place also holds significance as the famous says Manu wrote Manusmriti here. The Rig Veda and the Sam Veda were also composed here. Apart from Lord Krishna, the land was visited by divine personalities like Gautama Buddha and eminent Sikh gurus. Srimad Bhagavad Gita has since its inception been the philosophical guide and spiritual teacher for Hindus. In Gita, Lord Krishna has taught numerous lessons to Arjuna, which are considered to be ideal means of living one's life. The holy scripture of Hindus, mythology, the holy scripture of Hindus mythology provides all the solutions for any problem of life. During the Gita Jayanti Samaroh, devotees and pilgrims from all over India gather at Kurukshetra, a ritual observed to be followed by everyone is to take bath in holy water of the sacred tanks Sannihit Sarovar and Brahma Sarovar. The whole environment becomes divine and spiritual with numerous activities. India surpasses all other nations in literary wealth, having produced divine and profound texts that have guided life's ways for generations worldwide. Among these, the Mahabharata stands out as a prime example. The Mahabharata's historical significance is widely recognized, comprising 18 parvas, sections one of which is the Bhishma Parva, the world-renowned text. The Shrimad Bhagavad Gita originated from this parva around 5,500 years ago on the sacred day of Margsirsha Shuddha Ekadasi. Lord Krishna imparted the teachings of the Gita to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. This day has since been commemorated worldwide as Gita Jayanti. This year Gita Jayanti falls on 22nd December. On this auspicious day, it is an opportune moment to delve into the significance of the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, a revered scripture in Hinduism. Arjun, son of Pandu, was standing in despair in the middle of the battlefield at Kurukshetra. He said to Lord Krishna, "How can I bear to launch an arrow against my kin, including my brothers? It is unthinkable for me to aim my bow at my grandfather Bhishma." Upon uttering these words, Arjuna's bow Gandiv slipped from his hand. Overwhelmed by turmoil, Arjuna lost his courage and sat down in state of distress. Observing the distraught state of Kunti Putra's son Arjun, also known as Parth, Lord Krishna bestowed upon him divine wisdom. The sacred teachings that flowed from the divine lips of the Almighty were none other than the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. Upon hearing the entirety of the Gita, Arjun was reinvigorated with a renewed sense of strength and determination. Lord Krishna tells him, "Tasmat uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krit nischaya," which means, "O son of Kunti, Arjun, get up and make a firm determination to fight." On hearing this, Arjun got ready for the battle, picked up his bow Gandiv in his hand, and the truth triumphed after the fierce battle of Kurukshetra. The Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the profound wisdom imparted by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, transcends religious boundaries, serving not just Hindus but all of humanity. On the auspicious occasion of Gita Jayanti, let us explore how the Srimad Bhagavad Gita illuminates the path to living life meaningfully. The Bhagavad Gita transcends the bounds of a mere scripture, embodying a philosophy for life. It elevates an individual to a sense of true humanity. The teachings of Gita represent an eternal truth, timeless and universally applicable, that is, beyond the past, the future, and the present. The ideas expressed in the Gita hold true and remain consistent across all ages. Pandurang Shastri Athwale, the founder of the Swadhyay movement, often cited the Gita's teachings, remarking, Man may be poor, man may be restless, man may be sick, man may be unclean, but man can never be untouchable. The Shrimad Bhagavad Gita endows us with the ability to perceive humanity from a human-centric perspective. Within the vast expanse of Hindu Vedic Sanatana Dharma, numerous texts exist, yet the Gita holds a unique significance. It is revered as the essence of the Vedas and Upanishads. The Gita imparts a comprehensive message on how to live life across all facets of human existence. In the Gita, Arjun symbolizes humanity, posing questions about life to Lord Krishna on behalf of all human beings. The Gita portrays human existence as a battlefield where each individual must engage in their struggles. Its core message is to advance without retreat in this battle of life. Unlike many religious texts that dictate specific do's and don'ts, the Holy Gita guides by illuminating the correct path while granting individuals the liberty to make their own decisions. Comprising 700 verses across 18 chapters, the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita is segmented into three distinct sections: Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. The soul and karma are eternal. The Shrimad Bhagavad Gita delves deep into the essence of the soul, a level of introspection unmatched by any other scripture in the world. In the realm of modern science, the soul is often equated to a form of energy. This scientific view aligns with the principle that energy can neither be created nor it can be destroyed, but it remains constant, eternal. It can only be converted from one form to another. Electricity is also a form of energy. We use it by transforming it into many forms. Modern science also considers the soul to be energy. What science is thinking right now, the same thing was proposed by Lord Krishna 5500 years ago. In the 23rd verse of the second chapter of the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna has said, Nenam chidanti sastrani, nenam dahati pavakah, ne chenam kaleden tapo, ne sosyati marutah. It means that this soul, akin to energy, remains impervious to any weapon's strike, cannot be scorched by fire, remains unaffected by water, and is not dried by air. It is an entity that is eternally indestructible. In the 22nd verse of the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna has said, Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya, navani grihvani naro prani, tatha srirani vihaya jirnani shanyati navani dehi. It means that just a person discards old clothes for new ones, the soul similarly sheds an aged and warm body to adopt a new one. Modern science and the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita have similar information about energy. Science asserts that energy cannot be destroyed but merely transformed from one form to another. Remarkably, the same principle was articulated in Hindu scriptures thousands of years ago. The Gita proclaims that the soul is indestructible and eternal. It cannot be killed. It merely transitions from one body to another. This concept, along with many others found in the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, has been validated by scientific discoveries much later. Consequently, the world's eminent and insightful scientists engaged in studying and researching the Bhagavad Gita and the Vedas. Regarding dietary choices, Lord Krishna elucidates in the Gita that while one is free to consume any food, the nature of one's diet will influence their thoughts. This ties back to the overarching principle of karma. The Gita explicitly advocates for the practice of niskam karma, which refers to selfless action performed without attachment to its outcomes. Lord Krishna has said in the Gita, Karmanne vadhikaraste ma phalesu kadachan ma kharam pal hetu bhurmate sango satkarmani. It means that humans are entitled only to perform their duties, karma, not to claim entitlement or the results of these actions. One should not be preoccupied with the thoughts of the outcomes of their deeds. Lord Krishna emphasizes the significance of niskam karma, selfless action. He teaches that actions performed with expectation lack purity, whereas selfless deeds are inherently fruitful. Moreover, the Bhagavad Gita serves as a comprehensive guide in various aspects of human life, ranging from the corporate sphere to the realm of science. The precise and timeless teachings of the Hindu scripture prove invaluable across multiple domains, including personal development and politics. From figures like Oppenheimer and Steve Jobs to Narendra Modi and Swami Vivekananda, many great minds have been influenced by a singular profound book, the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. Our exploration here merely skims the surface of the vast reservoir of wisdom, and engaging with the Gita wholeheartedly can unveil the mysteries of the world. It is an immense ocean of knowledge, and on this Gita Jayanti we have only glimpsed a fraction of its depth. Thank you for watching this wonderful video. Namaskar, my dear friends. Thank you. Namaste.